And a bottle of rum. What's up, people? Y'all was like, what is wrong with this damn fool? Is he drunken? What's up, everybody? It is your boy MM2K, and I'm back again with another episode of SLS featuring MM2K. I'm part of PNTS Network and StadiaDosage, man. I was feeling a little blue. I just wasn't feeling well, but we just got done with a session of Sound Off. That is the show that I do beforehand, where I sound off about a lot of silly stuff that's going on. I get it off my chest. So by the time I come here, all the controversy and all the other stuff is on the back burner. And I now turn it over to you guys, and I just address you guys' questions and try to answer questions as much as and engage with you all. And it doesn't become a me fest. So now I'm feeling better, feeling a lot better. What's up with everybody? Let me do this. Let me connect the chat and do me a huge favor, y'all. Okay. Because I was talking to the homies behind the scenes, and they're a little perturbed, and I don't blame them. They're a little perturbed at YouTube. They're like, when you go live, MM2K, I never find out. So I asked them, I said, is the bell rocked? And they said, yeah, the bell's rocked, but I'm not finding out. And I said, I'm noticing that. I don't know what's going on. I'm not putting on a tinfoil hat. I'm just saying what people are saying to me. This has happened before. You know what I mean? I talked to YouTube about it, and they're like, we don't know. We don't know what's going on. I check with other people. People get your notification. Oh, yeah, they get their notifications. So I don't know what's going on, but just do me a favor. You might have to reset it. So uncheck the bell and then recheck it. You know what I mean? Again, even if you're listening to this as an on-demand video, uncheck the bell and then recheck it, and make sure you check it for all notifications. All right, I appreciate that. We got some great content on this channel, so you should be getting all notifications too. We got that fantastic, that fire show with Squid in the mornings, Monday through Friday. It's called Chill Times with Squid. And Squid, if you're listening, I got to rap to you, bro. It's rap time. He knows what I mean. It's rap time. And then, we got SLS featuring MM2K and Sound Off that make up the MM Tuesdays, right? And then Thursdays we have SSC Podcast. That's where me and a panel of great Stadians, we get together, we talk, debate, dissect the latest and greatest in Stadia news. And then Friday/Sunday, it's like a member public thing. Daryl Schmock and I sit down and we talk cloud gaming all week. I'm supposed to be connecting. Didn't I say I was going to connect the chat? I'm a lying ass. Let me connect the chat. Boom. All right, let's do this. Let's connect the chat while we're doing all this. So Daryl Schmock and I, y'all know Daryl Schmock, great guy. Another PNTS member. Daryl Schmock and I, we sit down and we talk about all of cloud gaming news on what we call the weekly checkup now, and that's now airing on Sundays. We had a great show, got a great response. Didn't like that. Let's try it again. Add source. YouTube. Oh yeah. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to do that in your ear. All right, add data. Now connect. There we go. Yeah, so we had a great show this past Sunday. But here's the thing. There was a lot of and shout out to Tommy Rocks. Tommy Rocks made that show fire because he was in the chat instigating, man, Stadia's trash. But that's my brother Tommy Rocks. So please don't be sore at him. He is the head of the Old Dirty Blasters clan for us, for Division 2. So like we said, we welcome all gamers. Well, whatever you like Stadia, you love Stadia, whether you hate it or what, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Because here's the thing. he got a bunch of teammates that are Stadians. And the thing about it is Tommy Rocks loves GFN. So Tommy can roll with us on GFN and we can play Stadia, and we ain't even got to get into that riffraff because it's no longer about the platform that we're on. It's about the gaming. You know what I'm saying? But Tommy Rocks made that show live. It was a great show. And Daryl Smock and I, we talked about a lot of great stuff. So check that out too. And also, if you want SSC podcast on the go, we're up to date. My bad. I was behind a week. We're getting help with all this stuff, but I was behind a week. So now we have episodes 90 and 91 up on all of your favorite podcasting platforms, including Google Podcasts. Yes, Kitty. Why is it that you wait till I go live to start doing this stuff? But do me a favor again, click that button. If you hit that like button, because it helps out the algorithm and it lets people know that you have some type of response to this. You know what I'm saying? So hit that like button, help the algorithm out, help the show out. And, that way we can keep rocking. Let everybody know that we are live. Let me shout everybody out in the chat real quick. And then I think we can get started. We're getting close to. I'd like to get a few more in here. So tweet this out, man. Tweet this out, y'all, so we can get started. Social. We got Simpleton in the house. What's up? Who else we got in the house? We got Nerds World. Nerds World, thank you for your patience, brother. Nerds World done won a controller from us. Oh, and I got to talk about that too. So we can talk about that as we're trying to get the chat filled up. Nerds World had won a controller. Really, he had won a controller before Psalmist Pro. But Nerds World is international for me. So I went to go send the controller and I messed up the custom documents, or I did something wrong. I screwed it all up. And here the controller was sitting in my P.O. box. Nerds World was real patient about it. He said, "No, brother, it ain't no problem." So we got everything right. Send him the tracking number. Nerds World, hopefully you'll get your controller soon. In regards to that, how did Nerds World get it? How did I owe those Nerds World a controller? Because we're giving back to the community. Nerds World is a member. So if you're not a member, hit that join button, because here's what happens. When you become a member, you make yourself, not only do you get great content, not only do you get to hear me use swear words. Oh my God. Yeah, I use them. Don't do it in public, but I use them. But you get to hear me use swear words and call people all types of names and sound off. You also get to hear the SSC after party. And then you also get additional content behind the scenes first. You also get to sit with Daryl Smock and I, like Tommy Rocks did, and you get to antagonize us like how he did for weekend checkup. But on top of that, besides you getting all that great content, and more's coming, you get to become eligible every month for a giveaway. We do a giveaway every month. It's either a control, if it's the first 2 months of a quarter, like January, February, April and May, July and August, October and November. The first 2 months of every quarter, we give away a controller. The third month of every quarter, March, June, September and December, I think it is. The third month of every quarter, we give away a bundle pack. Yeah. So Geek the Sneak won our first bundle pack that we gave away in 2022. Will you win a controller or will you win a bundle pack? Only one way to do it, baby. Become a member. And what we're going to start doing too is, I thought about this because someone said, Moss, you're not really showing any appreciation to those that have been consecutive member months. So for every so many months that you've been a consecutive member, we're about to award you more tickets. There's going to be more on that. So I'm going to tell you right now, and it's just going to come out of nowhere because I ain't got time to sit there and sit around a campfire. Okay, kiddies, in 6 months. Now I'm just going to say, look, if you've been a consecutive member for for X months, you're gonna get 3 extra tickets or whatever. So it's your best bet not to try to play hopscotch with this. Put the 1 foot in, put the 1 foot. I mean, if that's what you got to do, if you like it, I love it. But some people be trying to game the system. I'm talking about for those that try to game the system. Put the 1 foot in, put the 1 foot out. You ain't gonna get away with that. You're gonna miss out. You're gonna be missing out on a handful of tickets. You ain't gonna have nothing but a fistful of tears. So, you know what I'm saying? For those that have been rocking out consecutive months like Bulls for life, like the homie Geek, like Dustin Aran. I think Dustin Aran has been a member before I even set it up. What I went to go is hit set up membership for Stadia Dosage, and Dustin Aran was already there before I even hit start. It said pending members. Dustin has been a long time member since the beginning. And I appreciate him so much. That's why he's won so much stuff from us. Because a lot of you guys may have thought it was scams, or you were listening to this one that was whispering behind the scenes in that one. And Dustin Aran and Geek to Sneak and somebody else, they was winning all of our stuff. So, it is what it is. I don't sit there and say, oh, there's only 2 people participating, I can't give it away. Nothing goes into my pocket. Everything that we do goes back into the community. I told you guys, my wife gave me a proposition. She said, I don't care what you do, as long as you ain't pulling from our pocket. And we've been blessed and fortunate enough because of your help and your participation that we can do these giveaways and do things, and it all could go back to you. You know what I'm saying? So, and then what we do is, because we get enough now, that's why we're doing this the 3rd month. We're giving away the bundle pack, because we get a little bit that we can roll over month to month to month. And that's what makes that possible. You see what I'm saying? So thank you guys so much, but we want to do more. So if you're not a member, hit that member button right now, get all the great content, and make yourself eligible. Normally I would do the giveaway like today or yesterday. I think I said normally 25th. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more time for the membership. We're gonna do it at the end of the month, and then we'll pick a winner, and then I'll send them to their controller. All right. Can we get a few more people in here? Let me get a couple more people in here. Let me, I know how we can get some more people in here. Let's at least get it to 15 before we get started. Tweet this out. Let everybody know that we're live. And I know it's good. It's YouTube messing with us too, because I know for a fact there'll be more people in here than what YouTube says. Let me go back here, see if I can get this tweet. All right, join us. Put this in here. I know there's more. What the hell is my cat doing? What the hell is my cat doing? Let's do this. Boom. Join us now. We'll do that. We'll do it like that. Okay, cool. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right. Control C. Post. What's going on, everybody? Good to see y'all. Glad that y'all here. I guess I can get started. I think we got enough people in here now. So I was watching the good homie Cowboys channel yesterday. And he did like a marathon stream. I couldn't keep up with it. And plus I had to hurry up and finish the global event for Division 2. I wish I would have recorded it, but it was late at night. But I was watching my brother's stream yesterday, and it inspires some things that I want to talk about right now. And then we're going to get into House of the Dead and all the other good stuff. But I did want to bring this up right now. That there are a lot of people that have some angst because things are slow on the Stadia side. Now, granted, I get that Stadia is 3 years in. And at first, all of us kind of had expectations that things would be a little bit more robust. But I think those were partially, it was under false pretenses that we thought that, me included. And secondly, under there was something that changed the dynamic of the thing seriously. The thing that changed the dynamic of everything, of course, was them realizing that, hey, we put the bulk of our focus on the wrong thing. Trying to do these studios, these internal studios, and whip out this content ain't going to help us grow at the rate that we need even in these early years right now. We need to, we got to get content on this thing. We got to maintain it. And we thought maybe we could maintain it by reaching 1 million active users. We didn't even get close until we put a big ticket game on here. Now, I got us 3/4 of a way there, but we still fell short. And we're going to be in this Groundhog's Day of trying to get big ticket games on here, not reaching the subscribers, yada, 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 because the games ain't here. It's just going to be a continuous cycle, because you got to ask yourself, what comes first, the chicken or the egg, right? We're going to have to deal with this continuous cycle until we drastically change something. And I think that they had to change was how simplified they made the porting process. Because when you look at all of the competitors, that's one thing that they have in common that allows them to get games faster on the platform, is that the process to bring the games over is like, it's not cumbersome. And because it's not cumbersome, someone can look at a GFN even and say, all right, even though you claim 15 million users, even though analysts are telling us that the vast majority of those 15 million users don't pay a dime, which means in all likelihood, these aren't additional people that are going to buy our game, most likely, that are playing this thing. These are people that already have our game and we're not going to get any extra money for. But it doesn't matter because there's not a huge effort. And it's going to, even though this is the way that it is now, it's going to grow. We believe the cloud gaming is, I think most of these developers believe in cloud gaming. They just don't believe in dedicating a team, a consistent team for updates and they don't believe in that stuff right now because it's not keeping the lights on. None of these platforms, cloud platforms, are. So if we can get a game over to that platform and just go and just go about our business and try to work to keep our lights on, then we're in a better space. Now, that's sombering news for those of us who want to see, because I've been hearing people out on social media, and I've had conversations behind the scenes too. I've been hearing a plethora of people echo the sentiment, man, this ain't moving the way that I think it should move. It's not moving fast enough. We need this to move faster. And they're not just talking about Stadia. They're talking about GFN in regards to, they like that there's a lot of games there, but they feel like there's still some things missing there. Luna ain't making no big strides. xCloud, sometimes it's good, sometimes it ain't. Right? When's Booster Award coming? They don't feel like that it's moving fast enough. And I'm hearing this from a lot of people. Here's the problem. And I'm going to say this for everybody. Everybody that I may have said, oh, well, maybe the information that you're passing isn't rooted in fact, or maybe what you're not pivoting off of that. So whether you agree with me in the past or somebody that I listen to now or not, I want to say this positive thing for all of you that you may not even recognize about yourself. Every single last one of you, even if you haven't picked up a cloud gaming joystick or you haven't got on it yet, but you're listening to this out of curiosity because you want to try it, just don't want everybody to know yet. I want to pass along this positive word for all of you. You are all leaders. You are all leaders. And you're part of a unique, peculiar few that are responsible for the rollout of some of the most innovative things that man has to experience. That's the ilk that you're cut from. Every single last one of you. Whether we agree, we play games together, or we're the best of friends or not, every single last one of you are cut from an ilk that is unique. Thinking independently and saying, I gotta get my hands on something before I render a judgment is a unique process in today's day and age. And that is so damn sad, but it's the truth. Too many people, and look, as someone who has managed managers for decades for a Fortune 500 company, whose sole job was to sit there and understand the psyche, the psychological behavior of the target demo that I was responsible for without ever talking to them. And them thinking to myself, this is lunacy. How can you do this? And at the end of the process, every single time, the process was spot on. How is that? Because people in general are creatures of congregated behavior. What do I mean by that? They follow. They follow. They don't lead, they don't stray away, they just follow the foot tracks that are in front of them. And you are not like that. You said, the hell with what you have to say, IGN. Kotaku, I'm not paying you any attention. GameSpot, go to hell. Digital Foundry, wipe off your glasses, figure it out. You said to all of them, I'm not falling for your mess. I gotta try this on my own. The overwhelming majority, the people in front of you, to the left of you, behind you, around you, they don't think like that. We are a peculiar few. So sometimes on this path, it feels lonely. Sometimes when we're on this path, you feel foolish. Why am I here? Everyone else says this is wrong. Why don't I just go over there and congregate with them over there and just follow the same path? Why? Because you're not wired that way. And in order for our survival, they need people like you, like us, to be the ones to be the foundation of those that try things and push things forward first. Because they're not going to do it. They're just going to sit over there and wait until they're told to. You don't have to do that. So what you have to understand, the reason why I went to that whole big spiel, is what you have to understand is that in these early years, in these early traveling periods, with new tech, with new stuff, things may or may not be as robust as we like it to be, because at the end of the day, it is a business. And if your ceiling is at 1 to 3% of the business, that means that 97% of the business you can't touch. So guess what? Until that ceiling increases, you're only going to get 1 to 3% of the givings. Because that other 97% that have to be told aren't ready yet. See, I just did a whole 2-hour show explaining for the umpteenth time that y'all didn't hear unless you're a member on why cloud gaming is as capable in many ways as dedicated device gaming. And I just showed my people that are members how some of the smartest people in the world that are smart in deciphering things are still followers too. And they're followers to the point to where they still try to shoot off this bull crap that cloud gaming just isn't capable yet. They see the same stuff that we do. They're just wired differently. So we got to understand that. So what do I mean by all this? Just because that 97% isn't there yet, and we are, don't let that deter you. This is going to be a slow process, and I'm not just talking about Stadia, I'm talking about all of them. This is going to be a slow process to where, yes, I think it's good to raise your voice in a forward-thinking manner, not in a manner that just cause an uproar for your own individualistic agenda. We know who are the ones that do that. Just bypass them. But if you're like, hold on, I think you may be off key on something, or you may misunderstand something, here's what we're looking for. I don't think there's nothing wrong. I'm not going to be upset about that. But understand that when you take that leap on something that's new, that is innovatively defining towards a new era, it's not always going to equate to popularity. Cloud gaming just is not a popular notion right now. I want to show you guys something. I will give you a sneak peek into something, and then I'm going to open it up to comments on the floor. I want to show you guys this. All right. Let me show you something. This is a study by D6. It's a prominent research firm out of Germany, I believe. And I've been talking about this in 2020. But it's relative to the discussion that I was having earlier, again, with the members on Sound Off. Check it out. But they did a study in August 25th of last year, And they ask people, why don't you cloud game? This is the part that I really want you guys to pay attention to. All right. Let's make this part bigger. All right, and let's get down here. And this is, we wanted to find out more and ask gamers in an online survey what reasons they think speak against cloud gaming service. The majority of respondents who play several times a week, play video games several times a week, not cloud game, but video games several times a week, 34.6%, to daily 37.4%. So you're going to see splits in this data. When they give you numbers, the weekly people that play a few times a week will be the first split. And then the second split will those that play video games daily. Say that they are not familiar enough with how the system, and how it works. So a third, right off the bat, of that 99% just don't know enough about cloud gaming and how it works. So there's inroads to make with those people, but it's not going to be as easy as giving them a pamphlet. They're going to go to their trusted sources, and if their trusted sources are not saying what needs to be said about cloud gaming in a positive way, they're going to turn to some of these other percentages that are more negative. But these are the innocents. You know what I'm saying? These are the young ones, the what behind it. They don't even know about the cloud gaming enough to develop an opinion, because they're happy with what they got, they're just going to keep going about their business. All right? So that's 34 and 37% depending upon if you game weekly or if you game daily. All right? This is reflected, among other things, in the fact that some of the respondents assume that they have to own suitable hardware for cloud gaming. So again, that's another 11% if you game several times weekly, or 9% if you game daily. People just assume these are the negative connotations that necessarily aren't right or just aren't favorable. Now we're starting to get into those. They just think that, okay, you got to have this extravagant hardware in order to enjoy cloud gaming at all. And they say, however, cloud gaming doesn't have any great hardware requirements. It doesn't, generally. Even prominent big budget titles like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Borderlands 3 can be streamed on a cell phone or tablet. You and I know that. But at least 45 or 46% to 47% don't know that. When you add these numbers up, they either don't know enough or they're misinformed about what is needed to do cloud gaming. Okay, so another significant proportion say they don't really find the offering attractive. It's okay, I've heard about it. I've been told some things about it. I just don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. That's 22.9% if you game weekly several times, or if you game daily, 29%. Or don't trust the technology. Oh, those are the people that saw Dean Takahashi hit the space bar on Destiny 2 when Stadia first launched while he was in a workplace VPN, saw that and said, okay, I don't trust this trash. 21% if you game several times weekly, or 23% if you game daily. Now another 25% of respondents who play several times a week and 18.7% who play almost daily say, look, I have slow internet as a reason for not looking further into cloud gaming. So that makes up your other, 65% is these negative or misinformed people. Because this slow internet, oftentimes, as you and I have discovered, when we talk to people, oh man, I only got I only got 75 up and down, man. I can't do cloud gaming. Huh? Do you live by yourself? Yeah. Do you watch 4K YouTube videos? Yeah. You can do it. Oh man, but Rich from Review Tech said I can. And he said it's dead. Those are those people. Looking at other studies for cloud services like Stadia, and I think all you need to be able to play comfortably is 15 up and 15 down. Now that's the 720p, version, but you can, with 15 up and 15 down, you can play comfortably Stadia. And as long as your network is clean and no one else is using your internet, right? Now, when it comes to people that use internet that don't even have, let me back up a little bit. People may say, well, hold on, MM2K, 15 ain't a lot, and I bet you there's like 80% of the people that only have 15. No, that's not true. In order for you to play a smooth game of Fortnite, you need at least 15 up or 15 down, right? So Fortnite made an estimated 1.4 billion last year on people in the United States that had 15 up and above, right? Right. And I think the numbers were, what was that? 900. Let me take a look. I gotta take a look in my briefcase here. Fortnite US players last year was around 96 million. It's estimated to be around 96 million, and the estimated revenue was 1.38 billion. But it's estimated that a total of 180 million people could play Fortnite, because 180 million, when I say 180 million people, I'm talking US only, because there's 180 million people in the US that have at least 15 megabytes up and down of internet usage. So only off of half of its potential player base, Fortnite made 1.4 billion in 1 year alone. Just off its DLC, just off of one game. So what are you telling me about a platform like Stadia that had the same number of users, that has over 250 games, right? Multiple options for DLC, multiple subscription services, and Pro and Ubisoft Plus. That dollar amount is going to be astronomically higher, correct? Yes. So don't give me that garbage that even with that small amount of internet usage, that Stadia can't do some damage. You hear that all the time. And not just Stadia, cloud gaming can't do any damage. You hear that crap all the time. It's a farce. So even though cloud gaming is niche, it has potential to springboard from it. It's just going to take some time to do that. That's why you don't see Luna going crazy with stuff. You don't see xCloud going crazy. You don't see Stadia going crazy. And they say, oh, but they say they're in the beta. That's not, look, I've been gaming for too long. Maybe y'all started gaming last week. I know what a beta is. The moment you ask me for money, you know what I'm saying? The moment you ask me for cash on a regular basis to utilize a service, and I got to buy not only services and products from you, that's not no atypical beta. You can use the name if you want. A beta is Project Stream. That's a beta. A beta is, in a lot of regards, what GFN was doing before they went on retail, where you just had to sign up for it. You still had to buy your own games, which that's why I said in most part it was a beta. With Stadia, you got your game free. You only got one game, but that's a beta. Everything is free. You try it out, you give feedback, boom, you go about your business. None of these are betas. None. You pay for xCloud, you pay for Shadow, you pay for Amazon Luna, you pay for Stadia. Don't give me that trash. So, here's what you got to ask yourself. And do what my brother Clive Linden said last night on this fantastic show. Stadia Monday Night Chat. Don't judge Stadia based off of someone else's emotions. Are you happy with the platform? Are you happy generally with what's going on? Everything doesn't have to be perfect, but are you happy with what you're getting? If you're happy with what you're getting, continue to enjoy it and raise concerns when you are concerned without there being this mob mentality of, oh my God, I think this is it. I'm going to tell you something. In 2022, when the rubber hits the road, going into 2023, I guarantee you that the doom and gloom tent layers that want to equate everything that Stadia doesn't do right to an indication that Stadia is doomed. Their credibility will finally be purged by the end of this year. I've talked to developers. I'm going to take a quote from somebody that was on my brother Anthony's show. I don't want to name any names because I don't want to throw nobody in this mess. But they said it themselves too. I couldn't make a certain thing and they were there as well. They've talked to people behind the scenes. And all of them are saying this. Developers have been doing AMAs. And they've all been saying the same thing. Whether they haven't been saying a lot to those like Evan, who really has no reason to lie to kick it. Because he hasn't made a guarantee that the game is going to be on the platform. He's enthusiastic about it. But he's very transparent. That's the developer for Obsession. He's been very transparent about it. That, look, I want this here, but this is how it's going to work, or it can't work at all. Because it's about the financials at the end of the day, and that's for any developer. We can sit there and say it's an art and put our pinky finger in the air as we sip our Moet all we want. It's about keeping the lights on. Same thing we've been echoing here for Lord knows how long. But from him to those that have been working with Stadia for a while, they all been saying the same thing. There are things coming down the pike that indicate long-term stability. And as someone put it on Anthony's podcast last night, go watch it, Stadia is not going anywhere. Now, is it this platform for you? Maybe not. Maybe it will be. Maybe you just don't have the patience for this pivot, and that's fine. But because it's not for you, and because it's in a lull right now as it's trying to build the low charge porting and do some other things, it doesn't mean that the platform is dead. Those wise tales may have worked in 2020. They worked in 2021, and they're having an impact in 2022. But I'm here to let you know that in 2023, that is going to go out the window. That's not coming from me. That's coming from the people on the front, on the front lines. So you got a decision to make. Are you going to address your concerns like me, when I talk about, I get that you're doing the low charge porting, I still think that there has to be more effort put into things like how games come out, because we're still paying the same $60. And we get the dynamic that you're dealing with. You got these devs that are like, look, we just don't have the resources to deal with your development. So maybe what you got to do is subcontract somebody else to tweak it to get it to where it needs to be, especially for games that are going into pro. Feel like those games got to have 4K, right? So you can talk about bring that stuff up, right? Without it being a doom and gloom raven circle around a carcass. You know, like, oh, these are the final throws. It may have worked in 2020, it may have worked in 2021, and it still has an impact in 2022, but I'm letting you know going into 2023, that's it. So let them people get their final fillers out now. But you on the other end of this mic, you got a decision to make. First and foremost, is this platform for you? Is it for you? Because this is what it is. They're going through a pivot. They are working to get games out there. They're focused on how games are adopted on here, and they're doing it at a pace that they've prescribed. You're hearing that from all the developers as well, too. They're doing this at a pace that they've prescribed. So if you're okay with that, with certain caveats, and you're generally happy, and you can wake up and play your games and still feel happy about it, then continue on. Don't let another person's emotions get you all riled up and get you into some movement that does not signify how you feel about the platform. But if you're not okay with it, and things aren't progressing consistently how you want them to, then you got a decision to make. Just like I had a decision to make when it came to Xbox. When I no longer felt like Xbox was for me, I had to move on. Because the things that I had issue with were things that were in a certain direction that they weren't going into. I had to come to grips with that. And again, I hear that, well, I spent all this money. Please don't give me that, because I've spent thousands on Xbox, just in one generation alone. Stadia saved me so much money, it's ridiculous. I joke around and say, yeah, my wife's going to beat me up punch me in the throat over the credit card. But there's so many games that have come into Stadia Pro. For me, I was buying games on Xbox like crazy. Trying to scratch an itch. Where's the Jade Empires? Where's the new Mass Effects? Oh! I had a decision to make. That's all. And I made the decision. And I moved on. But the focus on gaming is playing the games. So if in general, we're playing the games where you're playing the games that don't make you happy, then you got to get ready to move. Trying to convince a company to go in a direction that they're not going to go in for you is wasting time for you discovering what will make you happier. What will make you the happiest? Or what platform will make you the happiest? If I would have sat there, if I would have still been sitting there begging Xbox to do this and do that and for xCloud to be better, I wouldn't be experiencing Stadia right now and enjoying myself. And being late for shows because I'm trying to squeeze out more Division 2 and more World War Z. That's where I'm at. We've been saying this stuff for 2 years. They're moving at their own pace. They made a pivot. We've been saying the pivot part for about a year. I realized in July 2020 that it wasn't a pure focus on this ultra hardcore gamer. When I realized that, I had to make a diss video on myself. Did MM2K get it wrong all along? And I can't remember the guy's name who told y'all last year. He said, don't go by what is being said, go by what we do. If you're happy, let's see what they do. If you're not happy, then you got a decision to make. Because for those that are not happy, now if it's something about, oh man, this is a law. Well, we've been through a law before. We've been here in 2020. It was worse in 2020. Remember? Around this time, we only had 12, 13 games. We had 18, 19 or something like that. And look what happened by the end of 2020. Right? We had no idea what was coming either. Now, am I saying that that's a great way to move forward? No, I would like to see some more transparency. And those are some of the things that, again, if you're generally happy with the platform and you're like, well, hold on, these things should be better, that could be better, this could be better. You know what I'm saying? To make the platform even better, make me feel better about where I'm spending my money at. Yeah, voice those concerns. But again, if you feel like the platform is completely off base from what you expected, you got a decision to make. It's not an easy one, but you got a decision to make. Because you can't, because if year after year after year, you can't see where they're headed with this, and you feel like you're getting more and more disappointed, wouldn't that be a sign that you're wasting your time somewhere? Don't do what I did. That's what I did with Xbox. I thought that I just said, oh no, there's no way. If I feel like this is where they need to go, then they got to feel the same way too. It's just, they're just taking some time. And several years later, nope. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'd still be there now. Never experienced Stadia. So sometimes we just got to come to grips with stuff. We got to understand what's going on. And then we got to ask ourselves, are we happy? And don't let somebody else influence if you're happy. This is gaming. When you play the games, are you enjoying yourself? Are you generally looking forward to the next time you do it? Are you happy spending your money on this? If you are, then you're happy. Now, does that mean that you're ecstatic about everything? No, everybody wants something to change. I go to my favorite restaurant. Well, damn, y'all didn't cook that hamburger the way that it needed to be cooked. Take that back. There's always going to be grievances. But don't let every single grievance turn into a flock of ravens circling around a corpse affair. And don't fall victim to that. Again, we are a peculiar few. And that means we stepped out on this first. But we got to understand that everybody doesn't think like that, so they're not going to get on board as fast as we do. And this is a business. So if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. If you got 97 to 99% of the gaming potential still lingering out there, you're not going to see 80% output. You're not going to see the exact same things that you see from Xbox or PlayStation from these smaller cloud platforms because they don't have the they're not bringing in the money to justify it. And to you think, oh well, it's an investment into the future. It's not how things work. The investors have to feel that way. If you're publicly traded and your investors don't feel that way, then guess what? It's not getting done. All the analysts are saying, look, no matter what you do, the ceiling is going to be low on this thing for the next 10 years. At 2028, 2029, it might jump up to 6, 7, 8% off of current projections. So if that's what all the analysts, and if you don't believe me, don't just look up the NASDAQ thing. Go look up cloud gaming projections. You'll see all these analysts. All you got to do is Google it. You're already using the Google product. Use another one. Google it. Cloud gaming projections. You'll see all these analysts pop up that you've never heard of that are doing analyst work on cloud gaming, and they all have similar projections. And they're all selling them to different investors. The ceiling is too low for them to leap out right now. They utilize the demographic that cloud gaming is for now, the disenfranchised plug and player, or in GFN's case, the PC gamer, and those that want to tinker with the tech. You springboard off of them because they have a potential of 1.5 billion, 3 billion this year and this billion that year. They have the potential for you to utilize that revenue to subsidize what you're doing. And I'm telling you, what they're doing must be good, because when you look at companies, now don't have me get into my preacher mode. When you look at companies like Stadia, and you talk to these devs, there's a reason these devs want to get into Stadia Pro. There's a reason they want to do it. There's a reason why that one dev who off the old payment system said, only 2 weeks into the new payment system, I'm already making more money. Don't talk to Joe Blow or Bobby DeWitt that don't know ish. Go talk to a dev and talk to them consistently. Talk to them. Don't just look for the ones that are going to feed your ideology. Talk to as many as you can. The light will shine through the tunnel. Things will start to make sense. All right. That's all I have to say. That's my preaching for the day. I'm going to turn it over to y'all. Let's see what y'all been saying. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, we got a lot of comments here. Jesus Christ. Okay. Did you hear the recent deal on Atari VCS at GameStop? People are buying them for cloud gaming. That's cool. And that right there, let me say something else too. That right there should show you guys and gals why cloud gaming, the community just isn't ready for cloud gaming yet. Like Atari VCS is flying off the shelves. Steam Deck's going crazy. Like, to me, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is gonna be very unpopular. Steam Deck is pointless to me. Steam Deck is pointless to me. That's my opinion. Like, for me, I would never use it. Why wouldn't I use it? Because oh, that's some good ass coffee. Excuse me, sorry. Steam Deck. Why would I pay $500 to $600 on something that limits my storage, where I can get on my phone, I could just use GFN. GFN has way more games. Now, granted, you can get Elden Ring on Steam Deck. Okay, cute. Whatever. You know what I mean? That's that one game. But I'm not paying $600 I mean, I get to just games that are system sellers, and maybe Elden Ring is a systems, but I'm not one of those people that buy a platform for one game. There has to be an entire experience that I'm engrossed in. To me, the solution is GFN in the 3080 tier. Let's do the math. Even at $200 a year, if I'm just playing it on a mobile platform, like a tablet or a phone, it's going to take me 3 years. Just about 3 years, or maybe a little bit over 3 years, depending upon which model I buy, to get to the price of the Steam Deck that I would get. I know there's a $600 version and a $500 whatever. No, I wouldn't do that. And then the Steam Deck doesn't perform as well as GFN on the go. If I felt like I needed to dock my Steam Deck, all right, you get this. I don't know how much the Steam Deck dock is, but the hell, I mean, I'm still saving myself money. I just buy myself a NVIDIA Shield. You know what I'm saying? And play 4K on the NVIDIA Shield. You know what I'm saying? So even I, who's someone who, in this whole cloud gaming array, who doesn't use GFN, I personally, in my mind, see the value over the Steam Deck, but that's just me personally. But despite all that, despite when you crunch the numbers, when you look at the games, because remember, it's all about the games, right? When you crunch the numbers and you look at the games and you look at the fact that you got to buy storage and all the others, when you look at all this stuff, people are still willing to buy native content, even though it is going to give them lesser performance, because that's where they're used to. That's what they're used to. If that doesn't tell you that the gaming mass, even some of you cloud gamers, quote unquote, are not ready for the pace that cloud gaming has. Maybe we overshot the moon in our expectations. If this doesn't tell you that, I don't know what will. Even I came in this game overshooting the moon. So it's okay. But to me, the Steam Deck excitement is a slap in the face to GFN. If I'm GFN, I'm like, what the? Hey, yo. And that's why your boy, what's your boy's name? Tim Swindle. That's why he's so salty, even though he's not on I don't think he's on GFN's. No, I don't think he's on GFN's board, but they have a connection between them and Tencent. I always talk about that. Don't forget that. To where that's why, like, we're not going to put Fortnite on the Steam Deck, and then he had to clarify it's because of this, that. No, they salty over there. They're like, these bugs just going crazy for a device that don't give them as good enough output as we do, that doesn't even have a smidgen of the games that we do, that if they just invested in us, in our top tier for 3 years, they still wouldn't have been able to buy one monetarily. They salty. But that tells you why dozens and dozens and dozens of analysts are telling you this is going to be a slow grind. That should tell you more than anything. Look at Dusty Aran. He said people are running out to go buy Atari VCSs. Why? Because, and it's a psychological thing. If I'm playing a video game, I got to do it on a console in order for me to enjoy it. Even if it's over the cloud, there's got to be some type of dedicated device. It's and we're not over the psychological aspect of that yet. Very important to understand. Jeremy Mose said, hey, MM2K, Hey, you simpleton, debating on friendship given to Jimmy Page. I ain't getting into that one. Geek the Sneak said, that's a fact. He said, no one said anything bad about Prince. I don't know what y'all doing. 2 years, 5 months with the pandemic, and they still got almost 300 games. I say they're doing right. Yeah, look, man. People play that pandemic. Talk to the devs. Talk to the devs. When you talk to the devs, you understand. Like, and don't just assume nothing. Like, we see a lot of tweeting when a dev says something, and the initial knee-jerk response is, oh no, here goes Stadia again. The Stadia did something, without having a conversation with the dev. Most of these devs have open door policies where if they trust that you're not going to be a jackass about it and it's just a one-off conversation, as a consumer, they want to let you know. So if you are a stand-up person and they can have a one-off conversation with you, as a consumer, they'll do that. They may not tell you everything, but they'll let you know enough of what's going on. So simply taking a tweet and someone else, oh my God, retweeting it, you're not going to get answers. It's not, you're 99 times out of 100, it's not what you think it's going to be. Have that conversation with a dev, and then you'll find out, oh, that issue isn't what I think it is or what we thought it was. It's not that bad. Just stay tuned, folks. Because I'm going to put it like this. Most people that get riled up over these situations, they're not riled up. I'm not saying all of them, but a good portion aren't riled up because it's affecting something that they're going to play. Like, for instance, Everspace. If Everspace's 4K update was a problem for everybody, trust me, we would have been heard about it. Most of y'all had no damn clue that Everspace didn't have a 4K mode, including me, right? But what got everybody involved is, what's going on? Is this signs of long-term systemic problems, aka them shutting down? That's what got everybody worked up, right? So if it's something about it, which again, that is bibble babble and it's nonsensical garbage. But even if you're concerned at the state of how transactions are happening, have a conversation. There's a bunch of gamers that I know, they're not big in this community. They just are gamers. And we have conversations all the time. Oh, that issue was just this, that, and the other. Keep that under wraps. Oh, okay, cool. If you people have conversations and not have Twitter with these devs behind the scenes, instead of being fed into someone's tweet, again, about games that you guys generally don't care about, it's just feeding your angst, you'll find out that what's being perpetrated 99 times out of 100 ain't what you think it is. Stadia did something. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we're at now. I think Stadia, despite, again, having to pivot its trajectory, having to pivot its game plan, having to deal with COVID, and then being the challenge of being a sole platform, not a service that requires dedicated development in the middle of all this, and doing and still maintaining and bringing us games and working towards bringing us more games that we want to play, that we'll enjoy, and doing things in the long term. Like we heard before that Stadia had no more features to bring us, right? Stadia had nothing else to show us, right? Now all of a sudden we find out that there's the new gyrometer feature that's coming with House of the Dead remake. And who knows what else is coming. So again, if you're generally happy with what's going on with the platform and you're happy to play games, okay, voice your concerns, ask questions without the circling of the dead carcass. Let those people do what they do. Because like I said, going into 2023, the appetite for any of that is going to be next to none. Trust me. So what we have to do is, again, cater to our own needs and not feed into these little bully pulpit sessions that people get into. And I know that's ironic that I'm bringing that up. Me sitting up here preaching to y'all, telling you about Stadia Pro. But, it is what it is. Let me see who else we got here. We got Cloud Gamer / Console. What's up? Stadia all day, every day, he says. Oh, we got my homie Purple Haze. She says, I love these MM2K little league coach stuff. Hey, stop it, Purple. Stop it. What else we got going on here? And now your mama knows. He said, why wasn't I told the stream was going? Yeah, man. Something. I don't know what's going on, man. Y'all think they try to shut down MM2K? Shut it down. I don't know what it is. I had people telling me the notifications aren't going off. If they catch my Twitter notifications on a humbug or me sending out something on Facebook on a humbug. But they said my YouTube notifications are not working at all. Y'all got Rob TV. Y'all got YouTube. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. She said he's really going deep here. Yeah, I mean, I just felt the sermon. I felt it. Albert Smith, I love when MM2K goes ham. I'm just saying, I felt good, Albert. I felt good going into this one because there's just a lot of misinformation and still grasping of emotions without doing our best to gather the facts going on. And I don't think we're looking at this properly. We are a peculiar few. This is something new. This is innovative. This is innovative tech that a lot of people believe in, but they're not willing to invest in all the way yet. A lot of that is reasonable because the ceiling is low and you got investors who don't want to hear, oh, we're investing into something that's going to be great. Like, here's the problem with cloud gaming. Cloud gaming is showing a lot of great potential. And if you use common sense, people get mad at this. My dedicated device gamers get mad at this. If you use common sense, it's the way of the future, baby. I mean, there's just no way around it. What do I mean by that? I use this example all the time. Local grocery store years ago put out 3 or 4 self-service checkout lines. You heard everybody on the news and neighborhood, oh my God, they're getting rid of jobs. Oh, yeah, okay. They're getting rid of those jobs, but there's programming jobs. Somebody got to program those damn self-checkout things, right? But that's here nor there, right? I went into that in full length over in my other show, Sound Off. And people were fussing and bustling about that. And now you fast forward how many years later when those first self-service checkout lines come up. And now you see full stores. Like, I don't know if y'all saw that gas station on Twitter. Nobody in it. You can get anything that you can in a regular gas station. Nobody in it. You can walk through the store, even use the bathroom, buy snacks. Nobody in it. My local store that people were fighting to keep those things from. I walk in there one day while my wife was in the hospital a few months ago. I walk in there one day, all of a sudden 70% of the store self checkout. I said, damn, it's really here, y'all. I said, damn, hell, let me do this. I just realized I've been sitting here this whole time and y'all can't see my avatar. Okay, now you can see it. I said, damn. Right? So, yeah, man, it is what it is. It's the future. But the future ain't tomorrow. Future is ways off. We're going to get there. Just like it made sense that digital was going to. But remember the fight we had back then about digital? Remember Xbox lost. They lost mainly because they got off on a bad foot last gen when they were trying the DRM thing. They never recovered. Now you fast forward, what, 9 years, and we love DRM. People is buying PlayStation 5s, digitals, and Xbox One S, Xbox Series S's. Xbox Series S's, along with the X, have won a bunch of NPDs in succession. About, I don't want to say a bunch, but like 3 or maybe even 4. Those are DRM machines, those Xbox One S. They have no discs. Just 9 years ago, oh, hell no. This is evil. Now we love DRM. What people have to realize is that even though you may have been the first person that fully adopted to digital games, you were the first person to fully adopt to cloud games. Hell, you were the first person to embrace self-checkout lines. You are part of a peculiar few. Nobody has to wind you up and say, okay, now you can go this way. Be proud of that. Y'all want to go against y'all wiring so bad, it's bewildering. Be proud of that. But there are things that come with being first. It's being first isn't always being popular. And sometimes it requires some patience. And I'm not talking about Stadia, I'm talking about all these cloud platforms. I reckon someday that GFN will be more convenient to use. And the issues that we may have with GFN may fade away. You just got to be patient. I reckon that you're going to see more channels on Luna. You might see a Capcom channel, Square Enix channel, and so forth. A 2K channel, you never know. xCloud, you're going to see some good performance out of xCloud at some point in time. Now, could they make this happen today? Yes, they could. Stadia could go out there and pay people $50 million a port and say, all right, we're going to put out quote unquote Gen 2.0 now. So now develop it and utilize the full capabilities of the hardware. They could do that. Xbox can do whatever the hell they need to do to get xCloud more consistent. GFN can, wow, they would have to spend they already spent money. I'm pretty sure the 3080 tier was an expensive venture. So they would have to spend a lot more money to find out a way to just overnight smooth out the UI process there. But all of these entities are and then look, even with the 3080 tier, it took GFN years to get there. Years to get there. This stuff is going to take time when you have a lower ceiling. I can't wait till cloud gaming gets to its apex. I can't wait till, like, for instance, Stadia and Luna fully integrate with Twitch and YouTube gaming, and I, as a content creator, can go, hey, William Franklin and Simpleton, all right, I'm dropping a couple of codes. I got a couple of codes to Battlefield 2098. Come on, jump in the game. I can't wait till that happens. And they're on a trajectory to that. But along the way, things are going to get adjusted, because there's going to be, roadblocks and new milestones. I don't know, maybe it's the business person in me. Where it's just elementary to me. I look at the ceiling and I say, okay, it makes sense. I'm a gamer and I want them to spend a cajillion dollars, but nobody does that anymore. This is not Xbox this is not Xbox scared out of their trousers over PlayStation taking over the living room and them willing to lose $10 billion, not to kick them out, but to keep up. Guess what? If people still did that, then those people behind those decisions wouldn't be gone. Every single last one of them are gone. Steve Ballmer, Donnie D, Terry Myers, they're gone. It don't work like that anymore. The stuff that you're seeing from Xbox and PlayStation is from decades of sacrifice when things were different. Trust me, as someone that is in the Fortune 500 world, you have to be, especially after COVID, you have to be a lot more leaner and take less risk with your investments now. The government wants you to have, I forgot the terminology for it, Jesus Christ. They want you to have a certain amount of money that you have put to the side just for emergencies now. That's becoming, and it's a substantial percentage. There's all types of crazy stuff going on right now that affect companies' bottom lines. It has gotten even worse with COVID. Companies were just really starting to benefit again from getting used to 9/11. Like, they were a year from a lot of the regulations and a lot of things that were hitting them and fines and stuff like that. They're like, okay, them finally being able to navigate the waters without them getting hit too much from stuff that happened from 9/11. Companies were just 1 to 2 years on the heels of that. Anybody that's in the Fortune 500 will know what I'm talking about. They were just 1 to 2 years off of that, and then bam, COVID hits. It don't work like that anymore. It just doesn't. I don't know how else to put it to you. Great question, Albert. Did I go ham again for you? I'm just saying, man, people got to understand the bitter truth and deal with it. We've been telling y'all this for years on this channel. This is going to be a slow burn. I keep saying 1% better than 1% for a reason. It's like we're going through 5 stages of denial. Let me see if I can find it. Let me put it up on the screen. What are the 5 stages of denial? Let me do it. And I'm going to get back to the chat. I didn't say the 5 stages of dying. God damn. I said the 5 stages of denial. Where the heck did that come from? All right. Let me show you something. Jesus Christ. You talk about ominous. They say the 5 stages of grief. is denial. It's a 1% business, y'all. No, it ain't. It don't make any sense. If they don't do this by this time, it's over. They're dead. That's the denial part. The anger part is they didn't listen to me. I don't run a company, but I'm a gamer and I'm telling you what you need to do with your billions of dollars. You're dead. Here goes the bargaining. Look, y'all. I know we bought into this dream of over here. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't happening. Come on, y'all. I'm not just a madman raging and screaming like a lunatic. Follow me now. Let's go to this platform. Let's go to that. This platform is dead. Nobody's playing here anymore. Let's go to this platform. Let's go to that platform. Depression. Man. Cloud gaming just isn't where we need it to be. Damn, didn't you think it? You thought it would be far along. Yeah, I thought this platform would do this. Yeah, I just thought it collectively would be further along. We told you it was a 1% business. Oh, did you hear something? I didn't hear that. Yeah, man. Jeez, this is sad. This is sad. Like these cloud platforms, they gotta do this. They gotta do this. They gotta make me happy again because I was looking for ABC and I'm getting XYZ. I'm trying to fit a square block into a circle hole. So to get me off of my depression, because I've tried denying the numbers and the facts, I even got angry and voiced my anger boisterously. I even tried to talk to the people that maybe didn't feel the way that I felt and convince them that this is over. Now I don't feel too good. I don't feel too good about what I was thinking. Maybe the things that I've said. Something's got to give. They got to do something else. Well, maybe it's just that you got to realize that maybe this isn't for you. Maybe it'll be for you in the future. But do y'all hear something? I don't. Somebody shut off the fan. I hear something in the background. That's where we're at right now. Or this is what we're starting to see. We're seeing stage 4 and the 5 stages of grief. I still think we're a few years off from acceptance, but what's going to happen is in that first part of acceptance is people are going to see things happening based upon Stadia saying, look what we do, not what we say. And they're going to finally start tuning these people out. And after they officially get tuned out, then they're going to accept. Oh, well, okay. Maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Whoopee, or you know what? This is going in a direction that just isn't for me. Maybe I should just go and look elsewhere now. This is grief that you're seeing. Under no shape, form, or fashion do you linger and battle against the facts and battle against the wind when everything else is telling you everything else. And you're still stuck and stubborn with certain rhetoric. If I go to a restaurant, if I signed up for something and it's not satisfying me, yeah, first I'm like, hold on, I invested in this or whatever. And then after X amount of time, I'm like, oh no, it's time to roll. It's time to roll. That's me making a decision based off of, just normal particulars. I may be a little disappointed, somewhat angry or whatever, but I'm not experiencing grief. Some of our brothers and sisters out here are experiencing grief. Some were so invested in this just as a gamer. This was a movement or whatever. And then they built in within that movement, within their own psyche, how things were going to go down. And it didn't go down that way. Instead of just doing really the time-friendly thing and saying, oh, okay, hold on. I need to know if this thing is going into a trajectory or not that is fit for me. If it is, great. But if I'm not willing to get that, then I got a decision to make. Instead of doing that within a reasonable time frame, it's a denial. No. Cloud gaming can be huge tomorrow. No. You get to anger. Oh no, these people at this platform or that platform, they're idiots. They're dumb. They're jackasses. They're dumb. Then the bargain, and okay, we've tried to reason with these people and tell these people that have made billions of dollars, and I haven't what to do. When they're not listening, okay, it's going to be popping elsewhere. To when you find out that the low ceiling is having an effect on everybody, now it's depression. How do we get here? I don't understand this. Why is it like this? Well, you were told before. Shut up. Why is it like this? I don't understand what's going on. Don't get there. But don't you get dragged into this. If you're not experiencing grief, don't you get dragged into this. All right? Make sense? Hopefully so. All right. Let's continue on. Let me get to some of the more recent comments. Hold on. Project Storm says, so leave and come back is what Stadia would like people to do. Is this the new business strat? Like, break this down for me. Is that good business? Let me do this. Hey Storm, you know I always got flash. I don't know. I always got slideshows rather waiting just for you, brother. You know what that is. You know what that is. I'm gonna let you read it to yourself while I have it on the screen, and I'm going to ask you to internally ask yourself, what does that signify? Okay, I'm gonna continue on in the chat. And your mama knows says, and you can't use Steam Deck outside of Wi-Fi if you would like to play games. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why I don't. Here, let me move this out of the way because we want Storm to be able to see that what my brother Storm. You know, I Storm knows I love him. Yeah. You can't use the Steam Deck outside of Wi-Fi. That's what I'm saying. To me, the Steam Deck is a slap to GFN. But watch over time, because we're still in the early years before cloud gaming gets accepted. We're still in the early years. Watch that Steam Deck blow up. Watch it get in a faster adoption rate than GFN could even imagine. It's hundreds of dollars more with less capability and less games. Make that make sense for me, besides the fact that gamers still have this inkling to where they like to tinker with dedicated devices. That's a psychological thing that has to go away. It had to go away for me. Like, I was a late adopter to physical games. I mean, to digital games. I think I was one of the last people, which is ironic because I'm doing nothing but cloud gaming, or nothing but vast majority cloud gaming now. I was the slowest adopter to digital games. I just refused because I had a routine, but that was because of my routine. Everybody's life story is different. Like, my routine was, I used to get massive deals by trading in games. I used to trade games in and take advantage of certain deals and all this. I told y'all what I used to bull the tags off the games, and I buy them from EB Games, go home, bull the case to get the stickers off and clean it off, and then bring the game to GameStop. And they'd be like, oh, this is pristine, and here I spent $5 on it at EB, and GameStop, because they're running a promotion, gives me 35 trading for it. And I just kept running that over and over again. So I was doing that for 2 years. We got 2 PlayStation 2s, 2 OG Xboxes, a GameCube, and that's when EB Games was selling computer parts. My brother built a badass PC off of that. So that part of me was hard to let go, even though you fast forward several years later where I'm not able to do that. I'm still, psychologically, I'm still tethered to the purchase of games, to physical games. And then once I got rid of that, and I just embraced digital purchases, I never went back. So, Steam Deck and Stadia are different. You can't play Steam Deck on any device, and you can play Steam on Steam Deck. Let me read that again. Steam Deck and Stadia are no. I get that, simpleton. What I'm saying is, people want to grab a Steam Deck to play Stadia, when likely their phone will give them better performance. The phone that they already have will likely give them better performance. But just because it's something technologically that they can tinker with, which is in a lot of hardcore gamers' DNA, they're out there spending hundreds of dollars to play a cloud platform, when that totally goes against what cloud gaming is about. It's just the irony of it, to me, is just funny. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. You got to build up from something, Storm. So there is going to be an in-between from start to finish. Storm knows that. Storm is tripping right now. That's my brother. Yeah, GFN is a premium, more of a premium gaming experience if you need that 4K ray tracing. I think GFN, and I've said this 1,000 times over, is that I think GFN is really undercutting itself in how it's marketing its product. GFN is more of a service, which that isn't a bad thing at all. Like, remote access is a service. Like Shadow is a service. They're actually giving you access to a PC. They just have a strong gaming component. GFN actually has it's 99% gaming component, but pretty soon you'll be able to develop. That's how powerful that GFN is that you'll be able to develop for the Omniverse, which is NVIDIA's version of the metaverse, and GFN soon, if not already. So I think GFN is selling itself short. Instead of it being a remote access for PC gamers and powerful PC gaming related activities, they want to be in a smaller cloud gaming hub. And I think they want to do that because maybe they feel it's safer that way. Like, I get this is where the irony of what Storm is saying. I don't necessarily disagree with what Storm is saying. I think it's just not applied to the right platform. Stadia right now even if they went to 2.0, their reach, if Stadia came out tomorrow, with ray tracing up to 120 frames, 4K 60, and all that stuff that we wanted from Gen 2.0, we'll be happy. Oh, hell yeah, we'll be tap dancing. But guess what? Is that going to relate to the hardcore gamer? No. Gamers are still, look, GFN gives you 1440p, 120 frames per second, ultra settings on your phone with special latency that you can compete with. I just did it in my last set. I'm not going to do it here. That you can play competitively with. It's outshining the Xbox Series X that had embroiled all this latency technology. GFN is doing that right now. And people rather go out and buy a $600 Steam Deck that gives you 720p. I think that's all we need to know. The discussion doesn't go further. That's all we need to know about the mind state of the average gamer and why these cloud platforms aren't going all in, because it's going to go to waste. And you want to know the last company that went all in and things went to waste? OnLive. Go read the history of OnLive, on how they had all these servers and all this technology running, and it wasn't being utilized because the demographic just wasn't there yet. All these companies learn from OnLive. The gamers aren't there yet to justify the investment. All the analysts are saying it. Dozens of them. You cannot get today's investment board to say, yeah, go ahead and plug 1,200 million or 1.2 billion into that right now while it's a 1% business. It's not going to happen. There's a budget, there's an allotment, and that allotment is going to equate to it being a 1 to 3% business, period. Because here's the thing with cloud gaming. I don't want to say the problem, but the paradox that cloud gaming finds itself into. Yes, the CAGR is great. It's growing rapidly. Yes, when gamers experience it, the Newzoo article showed you, or the Newzoo findings told you, that when gamers embrace cloud gaming, the majority of them enjoy it and they adopt it into their gaming routine. That's all true. And it's also true that if you look at the cost-saving initiatives behind cloud gaming, that you see why a lot of these companies are getting into it. What's also true is that there is no trajectory and no number behind when cloud gaming will become a 30% business, a 40%, a 50%. There's no projection. The only thing that we've gotten close to was a projection that was submitted by Yves Guillemot of Ubisoft. Now, y'all know I love Ubisoft, but I don't think anybody's writing off the projections from Ubisoft when their stock is down 41%. So we don't have a slew of analysts that I know of, even with my research, that can go beyond 2029 and say, okay, this is when cloud gaming is going to be at 30-35%. Without numbers like that gives you solid revenue gain within the gaming industry, you're going to be hard pressed for any investment board to say, go ahead and put a whole bunch of money on that. You're probably not going to see those numbers until years go on and projections get pushed up and years get pushed up. So we might see those projections in 2025, 2026, maybe 2024. But right now, there are no such numbers. Since 2019, none of the projections have gone past 2029. And the highest I've seen them is at like 5%. That's not enough to get a board to move on regulating more investment on this stuff. It's just not. We gotta understand the business side of it. I know that we're gamers and we just want to play, but if you don't understand the root of how something grows, all you're going to do is make the dream die. Help water the dream. How do you water the dream? Educate people. You don't educate and water the dream with misinformation and an unrealization of how business works. Y'all thought I was being a smart ass when I said grab a copy of Rich Dad and Poor. No, you need to. You don't understand how this works. That's why you're going through this. This is exactly why you're going through this. Oh, no, this is going to blow up. This is going to blow up. Nope, it's a 1% business, 1% business. Oh, no, what the hell are they doing? They don't know what they're doing. Limited resources, 1% business, 1% business. Man, they throwing out, man, they just keep talking this trash. They don't want to do nothing. They ain't taking this seriously, man. They about to kill this thing, man. Where's Kill by Google at, man? Call my homie up and 1% business, 1% business. What's going on, man? Man, we should be shooting for the moon and the stars, baby. What's going on? What's happened? 1% business, 1% business. All y'all need to do now is just take a few more steps and get here. But you gotta understand how the business works. You got to. These are not the days. Let me explain something to y'all. Microsoft just spent $75 billion or something like that to buy Activision. You think they ain't got the cash? They got it. But Activision is worth billions. Now, if you ask my homegirl Purple, hey, they ain't worth $75 billion, but they can finagle projections and say with the candy company and and Call of Duty, they can doctor it up. They can put some accent and some Mrs. Dash in there and make it taste good or make it look good. You can't do that off of 1 to 5% business. You can't do it. Not yet. You got enough right there to justify you putting your feet in the water. That's it. Pick up a damn book. Where's my homie at? I was looking for my homie. Where you at? Hold on, I'm trying to. Oh. Hey, Albert. Did I go ham or not? Let me stop. Did I go ham? Shout out to Albert Smith. But I gotta do this. I've been telling y'all this for 2 years. 2 years. I'm not fitting to be sitting up here. Yeah, man, just understand, y'all, man. It's just that. No, I've been telling y'all this for 2 years. What the hell are y'all thinking? What the hell else did you expect? The numbers were sitting in front of your face all this damn time. Did I ever steer y'all wrong? When I got overzealous, I even got in front of myself and said, "Is MM2K exposed?" And we took a lot more measured approach to not objectifying ourselves too much to speculation. We did all that here. 2 years. I'm not fitting to be sitting up here. Yeah, man, well, it's just an atypical misunderstanding that you guys went through. Sit there and, let's have some tea and figure it out. Hell no! Hell no! The numbers were in front of your face the whole damn time. Recognize your grief. Get over it. Get it together and make a decision. I continue on with the chat. Who else we got up in here? I was told by Ace himself that Stadia runs pretty bad on the Steam Deck. I did hear that too, that it wasn't running too great on the Steam Deck. I think I heard that xCloud actually ran like a dream on the Steam Deck. It was like Bizarro World. I did hear that too. William Frank Leppy said, yeah, brother, yeah. EB Games. Y'all know the deal. Ron Slusher in the house. He says, my Game Boy Color runs better than Steam Deck. And again, I'm not trying to hate on my Steam Deck lovers. I'm just saying, do y'all see the irony in that, like your boy? Do y'all see the irony here? Let me go back to this screen. I think my brother Storm, I think he read that. Y'all see the irony in that? Like you got GFN, right? Way more games, right? I know they ain't got Elden Ring, but they got way more, right? They got way more games. Y'all mugs is spending half a G on a Steam Deck to play cloud games on. Not me in here, boy. Not me. He says, now, and your mama knows I'll test Stadia on the Steam Deck myself. I have an OnLive controller sitting next to me right now. Did I ever have I did have the controller. I did have the controller and someone stole it from me. I ain't gonna put them on blast. Someone stole it from me. Wrist locks for all. What's up, brother? He says, bing bong. What's up, y'all? Oh, the man from Uncle. Hey, look, brother. I got a bone to pick with you. Let me explain why. I was looking for you yesterday because I was 2 stars away from an exotic. To pick up my second exotic on Division 2. For those of y'all that are not aware, Division 2 had a hell of a global event yesterday. Over the last 7 days it was. And I thought I was doing something until my brother, the man from Uncle, he's a bad boy out there, boy, on Division 2, man. I tell you, my boy, the man from Uncle, he's a bad boy out there on that Division 2, man. He came out there, he was laying ass and asking names later. I went from 1 point over the previous day's session to 39 points. Just playing with the man from Uncle came through. And then the homie Twisted Barber came through, and then the homie Average came through. We been old dirty blasters. We was killing it out there, baby. And let's go to StadiaDosage streams. So I wanted to reach out to the man from Uncle because I was 1 point away. I already used 20 points to get one exotic, and I was 19. You got to have another 20 points from the global event. If you do certain objectives, they award you global event points, or stars as they call them. I was 1 star away from the final point. From getting a second exotic. And I said, oh, the man from Uncle will help me. So I went, I'm on Twitter, and I'm trying to put your name in. And I know you follow me on Twitter because we've rapped before. But for some reason, I can't find you on Twitter. So I blamed you for that. But by the luck, I was playing the Zoo campaign, the extended campaign. I was playing the Zoo campaign, and I lucked out. That campaign is too hard, but I lucked out and I got 2 more stars. And as soon as I got them stars, I ran the hell out of there and I bought my last exotic. So yeah, man, good, great stuff. I love. Hey, look again. If you guys, let me show you guys, because I told you guys the wrong way to do this. But if you guys are interested in joining up with us for some Division 2 gameplay, I'm telling you, the Old Dirty Blasters, there ain't no joke now. Like before, I was like, oh yeah, Tommy Rocks, the man from Uncle, they cool, you know what I'm saying? And I always played with Twisted Barber. I played with hey, Christopher Torres. If you're listening to this too, you're another one, because I got a DM and I was trying to put y'all in there, but I can't find y'all Twitter names. You know what I'm saying? So hit me up so I can add y'all to the DM. So, you know what I'm saying? We get a raid together or something. But I'm like, yo, they're cool. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't know how we gonna be. Over the course of time, these mugs have become deadly. Deadly, right? Deadly. And if you want to join us, simply go to PNTS Network, go to events, Old Dirty Blasters Clan, and when you click on that, just go down here to the Division 2 part and click for access. It's a form to fill out. You fill out the form, we reach out to you, have somebody reach out to you, we get you set up, boom, you in. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to be on the front lines with us doing the raids, you got to make sure your gear is tight. You know what I'm saying? But if it ain't tight, don't worry. You can still get in games. We just got to work. We got to play with you and get your gear up. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, if you're interested, that's what you got to do. Go to PNTS Network, go to events, Old Dirty Blasters Clan, and then scroll down to the Division 2 part. We kick it ass and taking names later, man. But the man from Uncle, I blame you for that. Mr. Urban World says, never thought about testing it out. I'm playing Power Rangers on Stadia as I type this. The man from Uncle. Yo, Stadia Pro Gaming in the house. He said, yo, but it's good, everyone. Hope you are having a great day. Nope, Stadia removes the need for Steamy Deck. Yeah, I don't think it's peculiar to play. Like if you got a Steam Deck because your number one reason was native gameplay, that's fine. It confuses me that people's number one reason for buying a Steam Deck was so they could play cloud gaming on it. Like cloud gaming defeats, like if you got a phone, if you got a flip phone, you got a Hakatashi 300, then okay, I got you. But if you got a smartphone, you need to download one of these services on there and play. Cloud Validation says, yo, MM2K, I'd rather just play cloud gaming on my phone for free with one of my many extra controllers and a phone mount. I could dig it, brother. That's how I am. Yeah, I'm not spending hundreds of dollars because that's what cloud gaming, one of the main pillars is affordability. 200 GJ on B says, why are you shouting? You ain't seen my movies, Deep Blue Sea? A shark ate me. Shout out to you, 200. Not good for you coming through, and hopefully I ain't got your eardrums bleeding, man. It just gets wild like that out here. And now your mama knows says, M2K, what's your thoughts on the new PlayStation Plus Premium coming this June 13th in the US? Unless there's something that I missed, all they did was merge PlayStation Now and PS Plus, and they didn't do that to compete with Xbox. They did that for better branding for their So, I mean, look, here's how I look at it. I said this earlier. People, and trust me, this is going to cause a lot of controversy. Hit that like button. Microsoft is fighting for their livelihood, not their life, because Microsoft is fine financially. They ain't going nowhere, but they're fighting for their livelihood. What do I mean by that? Microsoft wants to be number one in game distribution, period. They want to be the number one place that you go to play games. And in order for them to get there, they got to get past the console people first. They're still not making more money than the console people, PlayStation. And even if they were to successfully buy Activision Blizzard, they're still behind PlayStation from recent numbers that I saw. So Microsoft, I think, came out of the gate throwing everything but the kitchen sink at you. You know, you got some of their top tier games. You got Forza, you got Halo Infinite, and then they went and ramped up. They were able to get specialized ramping up of their production, and it is helping drastically on how many Xboxes get into homes, where PlayStation ain't having a success. So they're finding success there, definitely. But even with that, games aren't selling a la carte. Like we're seeing, oh my God, we're seeing humongous gaps in like when the AAA game sells on PlayStation opposed to when it comes to Xbox. In Game Pass, I still think that they need to be at 30 million for them to be like, whoo, we're out of the semi-danger. They need to be at 30 million. They can hover in 30 million for about several months to a year, and then they really got to push for 60 million. But I don't think Game Pass is profiting the way that they like. Hence why they made a couple attempts to boost the price of Xbox Live Gold. The first one they did was controversial. The second one, they just did it and didn't tell nobody. They just did it. Got rid of the annual subscription. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why I brought that up is to say, I don't think Sony is pressed. People, the media is saying that Sony's pressed. Sony got to do something. Show me the finance. Last time I checked, this was a business, not a journalist popularity contest. And as a business, Sony's killing it. They're behind Tencent. Microsoft, they buy Activision, that is maker of one of the best-selling games out there, alone. Still can't reach where you're at financially. Sony's not in trouble. What it is, and shoot, we got to be honest. We just want PlayStation games day and date. If I could walk into Ruth Chris Steakhouse and get access to this full Ruth Chris steak for the price of going into Country and Buffet, hell yeah, I'm going to argue for it too. Yeah, Ruth Chris Steakhouse, they going to close down tomorrow unless they do that. And last time they checked their financials, they were fine. So we got to learn how to get past all this rhetoric, all this hoopla. PlayStation is eyeballing what Game Pass is doing. They're looking at it. They're waiting to see. They're getting all their ducks in a row to emulate it if they have to. But I don't think that they feel an urgency that they got to do it. They're doing things similar. They're doing their own consumer-friendly thing. But they feel that their games are premium. Look at how they sell. Check out NPD, Horizon Zero Dawn, in the top 5 selling games. Elden Ring was number 1, but Elden Ring is on PCs, Xbox, PlayStations, right? Last time I checked, Horizon Zero Dawn is just on PlayStations. And I still think it was right behind Elden Ring. That says a lot. They feel their games are premium, and under the premium selling models, they feel like that brings them the most success financially. Plus, another thing you got to remember too is, now this is where my PlayStation people are going to get mad. Sony games are one and dones. Once you finish it, you have little incentive as an average gamer to go back and play it. So if they throw their games in a subscription model, I'm going to spend $10 in February when Horizon Zero Dawn comes out, let my subscription lapse. Spend another $10 when God of War comes out, let my subscription lapse. You know what I'm saying? And they're not getting that full $120 for me playing them games. And that's important. It's not automatic success when you throw your games in a subscription model. You don't want to believe me? Go talk to Amazon, who allowed New World to be on GFN because It's going to require GFN gamers to still buy the game, and they ain't even put it in their own damn service. Y'all gotta know how the business works. Got to. Hit me up in my DMs. I'll recommend you some books. You gotta understand how this works. I'm not trying to be a smart ass, but I'm 2 years into this now, y'all. Something's gotta give. Yeah, I mean. So for a lot of y'all that are out there saying, yeah, Xbox or PlayStation gotta do what no, they're setting up the chess pieces in case, but they're doing their own thing because they feel like they got a premium product. And the numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So, Dr. StreamX, what's up, brother? He said, level out, my bad. We'll have to hit next time. Yeah, brother. Yo, Bud is in the house. Stadia SPG is in the house. Suda, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Jason Lloyd says, hi, everyone. I don't like the Game Pass model. I'm just now getting into games I claimed last year on Pro. Yeah, that turned me off. I prefer Stadia Pro, Xbox Live Gold, PlayStation Plus model. I prefer that model. And I like the fact that they are merging the two together. And instead of giving you a subscription service where games rotate in and rotate out, they let you claim games. You know what I mean? Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn. No, not the second one. Horizon Forbidden West, I meant. Horizon Forbidden West isn't on PC. I'm talking about the most recent one. The Stadia specific features would have been sweet on Elden Ring. Yeah, it would have been nice. It'd be good to get that one. I'm hopeful, and I believe we're going to get that one. I think it's just going to come later. I think a lot of games that we were going to get, particularly in the AAA nature, I think they may have been pushed back for the low charge porting. We've heard conversations from developers to where Stadia at first, they're trying to flesh out this low charge porting, and it isn't offered to everybody yet. So because developers don't want to start developing a game manually, then have the low charge or low change porting become available, and then waste several months where they could have just ran it through the low change porting. You know, a lot of people are deciding, I don't want to say a lot of people, but I know publishers are deciding to hold things back because of that, because they're waiting for the full rollout of the LCP. And we don't know how many that can. I know of some that have already been impacted of that, and we don't know how many big time developers that has impacted. But I think I think we're going to see, once that full rollout happens at the end of the year, I think we're going to see more and more games. That's just what I surmise. And hopefully we'll get a better understanding of the games that we are getting for this year and beyond. I do agree that, you know, there should be transparency on that because we're gamers. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't equate to doom and gloom. That equates to there still being room to grow into the communication between the gamers and the platform. You know what I mean? Some games are much better purchased, in my opinion, instead of being rotated in and out. Stellar is a perfect example on xCloud. Amazing game, but I'd be furious if I picked up DLC for the game and then one day, yeah. That happened to me. Well, not that I picked up DLC, but I went and got Game Pass after I let it lapse a particular time. I went and got it for a particular game and was like, okay, this game will be here for a few months. And then I thought at least 5 months. And 2 or 3 months later, it was gone. It's like, what the hell? And it was a game by at the time a recently acquired studio from Microsoft. So that really perplexed me. So Geek said, look, man, he's like, look, man, stop the Game Pass slander. I like Game Pass and Pro. The human cyborg in the house, brother. Good to see you as always, man. Is Five Nights at Freddy's the first low charge porting game? No, I think MotoGP 21 is. MotoGP 21 is. Then I think World War Z. And then I think there's something else. What else is there, y'all? There's some other games that are low charge porting games. And then I think Five Nights at Freddy. All right. What time is it, y'all? Okay. So I could keep going, and I wish I could, y'all. But it's 5:15, and so I gotta get ready to spend time with the missus. I want to show y'all one last thing. And then that's my cat. My cat has let me know too. I've been hanging out with y'all too much. I want to show y'all one more thing. For those of you that are used to the Stadia Dosage content being on Stadia, you can still get Stadia articles and Stadia content on PNTS Network, but you're better off for like the full barrage of Stadia content to go to the Stadia Dosage site. You can do that by doing what I just did, going to PNTS Network, going on features and clicking on Stadia Dosage site, or you could just go to StadiaDosage.com. We got some spanking brand new articles up there. Jack Deslip and myself, we're going to have additional writers. Stuff is coming from people real soon. It's really fleshed out, a real nice site, real nice and clean. You got the APK findings that talked about what you were, what a lot of people were talking about with the gyro motion with House of the Dead 2. The videos will take you directly to here. It'll take you here. What else we got here? Stadia Stats by Jack Deslip. The Stadia Stats now is officially here on this site. So if you want to make comparisons, you know what I'm saying, and look at different, things, activity board, all that stuff, you can now do it here on the site. Community. We got the Stadia community updates that are now going to be here. They're going to be housed here. Also, the Stadia community tools. We got a listing of all the tools that you can use. All right. And find out more about the Stadia Dosage contributors and a private policy and all about. And if you want an RSS feed, whenever a new article comes live on the site, just go there and get that. Okay. A lot of great stuff. And again, if you're interested in writing for Stadia, hit us up. Hit us up and let us know. All right, y'all. With that said, let me see. Driving and listening says Ray. I agree, says Suna. I was going to make a video about that. I think 2K will come back. Yeah, I think 2K will come back after the new porting comes out. Take-Two and other publishers will be back too. Yeah, there was somewhere where I heard something where somebody said, I can't remember where, but somebody said that old developers that were on the platform that kind of like stopped bringing content were looking at this and they were interested and they were going to use it to bring content back. So they already were in negotiations, or I had already negotiated that. So they didn't say who. So, the full impact of what that means, I don't know. But we'll soon find out. But I'm with you, Suna. If you were to ask me what my opinion is, yeah, this is what. Look, just follow just follow the signs here. Stadia had set a milestone of 1 million active users by 2020, in December 2020. They weren't close. Well, they may have been halfway there at best, I think, at one point, but that's the best they got. Then it immediately dropped. You know what I'm saying? The retention was as far as active users was an issue, right? Because the newer games weren't always coming fast. The newer experiences weren't always coming fast. And that was like a chicken and an egg. Which one comes first, like I said earlier. So The time that got them the closest was a culmination of two things: Ubisoft Plus and Cyberpunk 2077. They then realized the thing that's going to work for us now is we got to get big ticket games over here faster, and the big ticket games are going to have to perform better. I think they know that. Now, what I would personally like to see is I would like to see that process sped up with a temporary process. I get it. Again, got a budget, the ceiling is low, but I don't think it's too much to look at your bigger games. I don't know what else is coming for the year except for from Ubisoft, but World War Z and your Ubisoft games, there should be a team right there that's willing to tweak those games to high heaven. You know what I'm saying? To do what the teams did for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, there should be a team working on that, man. But particularly for the Ubisoft games. I think those are lost opportunities because we're just going through the process of waiting for the low charge porting to be rolled out. I still think that, you subcontract a team to work on those and get those games tweaked even more. Because the thing about it is that the developers ain't gonna do it. They're not gonna do it right now. So, Project Storm says, what the F is the human cyborg? It's right, the human cyborg. All right, y'all. Great discussions. Be on the lookout Thursday for another SSC podcast. And again, if you want to listen to the last two episodes are there. Fantastic episode with Purple Haze, episode 90. We got another great episode, 91. Catch up if you need to. You can listen to it on Google Podcasts. Also, don't forget to check out Weekend Checkup. We had a great discussion this past Sunday. If you missed it, go check it out. Also, don't forget my homie, Squids. Chill Times with Squids. Hell of a show. Check that out. Tomorrow, what I'm going to be doing is we're still doing some more work behind the scenes. Be expecting another morning tonic. I think we found our sweet spot. We're going to drop them 6 a.m. Eastern. Then I'm going to be playing some more Division or World War Z tomorrow. So check me out on StadiaDosage streams. But then there's some more things behind the scenes that we got to work on. You know what I mean? For the website and for other things. We got some new programming coming. Been having a conversation. I had a couple of conversations, but one in particular, the last few days that really got me giddy, like a kid in a candy store. This one is really building up to something that I think will probably be one of our most talked about pieces of content to date. Yeah, it's that serious. Yeah, you'll be surprised too. Be surprised who may be involved in this. I don't want to jinx it, but if my indications are correct, it's going to be one of the most talked about pieces of content that we'll have, and something that I think everybody will appreciate in the community. And then I got something else too. Work lined up on. I'm really trying to reserve my time and balance it out a little bit more. So as I want to bring more content for people, I got to understand that I can't do that and be there all the time. You know what I mean? But I do got something that I've been talking about for a while that I think I'm going to be involved in, and I think you guys are going to like it. I think you're going to like it. I really, really think you're going to like it. And shout out to my son, Shogun 2K. He's making music now. We're going to have music available for content creators that want to pick up on music, and do, we're going to have stuff available on the website and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. But my son, he's become a beast on them sticks. So I went to him and I said, shameless content for your dad. I said, I need a theme song for this new show. I said, here's what it is. You do something with it. And he killed it. Y'all gonna like it. Y'all going to just to show without the theme song is going to be fire. So check this out. So check it out. You know what I mean? Just be ready for that one. I want to say give it a few more weeks before we even talk about that in more detail. So, all right, y'all. With that said, I appreciate all of y'all. Love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for your support. We can't close out without this. It's over for Stadia. It has failed big. Shut up, Avenor. As you can see, as a member, we got all types of wackos supporting this platform. Now, that's my brother Avenor. Good to see you as always, brother. All right, until next time.